Grand Rising. What's good? How are y'all? Grand Rising, Grand Rising. How's everybody? Hey, Casey. How you doing, baby? Thank you so much for the gifts, y'all. I'm amazing. Thank you for asking. Grand Rising. Well, thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep this sun from luring so much in my face. Although I love it, I'm trying to keep it from glaring. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I don't have a deck with me while I'm out getting my coffee and my tea. But I thought that I would come on because I was going to come on last night, Grand Rising. I do have a word for y'all, but I have to bring something to everyone's attention. I had me a little perturbed last night with myself, and I thought that I would bring it on over here to y'all, okay? Yes, my energy is very much so improved. It would be even better, but my neighbors decided that they should party all night loudly. And they didn't stop playing their music until 6 o'clock this morning. So I'm a little tired from that. I felt like I was at the party with them. It was so bad that I could smell the weed through the wall in the house. I don't know who they were celebrating or what they were celebrating, but I feel like I danced and got high right along with them. Okay. My thing is how I'm going to have all the effects and didn't get to experience any of it. I don't know. They might have had Snoop Dogg over there last night. I don't know. But it sure was coming through the wall. And I done stayed clear from weed and stuff like that for a minute now. And I'm okay with it. I don't need it and don't want it. But Lord have mercy if it wasn't coming through the wall of my townhome from my neighbors. I'm still kind of feeling the effects of the music pumping all night. And when I would go out into the hallway of my second floor to go to the bathroom, a weed would just hit me right in the face. And my son came out one time and he was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah. I don't know who they got next door, but they must have been smoking 3-4 blunts at one time and passing and puffing and passing constantly. I don't know what was going on. Okay. Well, here we go with them doing the restrictions because I mentioned something that I am not even doing. Okay. Hey, it hasn't been the first time. Trust and believe. All right. Good morning, Grand Rising. Thank you so much for the gifts, ma'am. I just couldn't. I'm so serious, y'all. It was so strong. I mean, seriously, I felt like I was sitting in the living room with them, puffing and passing. I don't know how you smoke that much that it comes through your neighbor wall, but I don't want to know either. Oh, God. Okay. But see here, this is something I wanted to bring to y'all attention. Now y'all get them likes on up. Buenos dias. Okay. It's still a good day, even though I didn't get much sleep because of all that noise last night. Now, I had a neighbor like that. I'm so glad they moved. Yeah, I'm about to be gone. I'm about to be gone in a few days, actually. So anyhow, last night I found myself on the scroll roll, okay, of TikTok, and I don't know how, but Asian TikTok got me speechless. Now, I don't know where all these beautiful Asian men have come from, but I'm going to need y'all to stay off my timeline, okay? Your temptation on my timeline, okay? I ain't never seen Asian men look like the ones that was coming over my timeline. And you done had me beside myself last night now. Heart beating all fast and just all kinds of visions happening. So I'm going to need y'all to stay up off of my timeline, Asian TikTok. Leave me alone. I'm focused on something else right now. And I'm going to need you to stay on over there. Y'all look good now. I ain't never seen no Asian men look like the ones that I was seeing on my damn timeline. So this is my pet peeve. Y'all coming on over here to spiritual TikTok and black spiritual TikTok, messing with the Awakened Empress, and I cannot. I'm focused on a different type of Asian, okay? So I'm gonna need you to keep it together, put your clothes back on, and stop showing everybody your muscles. Oh my God. It got me all thrown off because I was like, Asian? I would have never thought that, but had me all excited now. Okay. I love y'all too, and I need y'all to just cut it, okay? I don't know how I got and went down that rabbit hole last night, but I did for about an hour, and it was just like, I mean, I was up, I was getting high, the music was pumping, so I might as well have went into the festivities. I mean, I wasn't really getting high, okay? Let me say that, TikTok. But my neighbors were making sure that I was feeling kind of woozy, okay? Yeah, I can't handle it. I'm almost 50 now, and some of these men was saying the same thing, 48, 49, 50, and I was like, where? And, who told y'all to be up on my timeline? I can't. So please, stay up off of my Instagram with your temptation, like Riri said. Okay, I need y'all to stay over on Asian side of TikTok. Good morning. Grand Rising. Okay? I'm just saying, I appreciated the eye candy. Okay? But when my heart started beating a little too fast and visions start taking place, No. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that. So I'm gonna need y'all to stay up off my timeline, Asian talk. Okay, because I ain't never in my life thought about no Asian man. And then last night, y'all motherfuckers was popping up every other scroll. And I was confused because I think I may have liked maybe one or two the other day. I didn't expect y'all to take over my damn timeline though, okay? So, Okay. Now back to our regularly scheduled programs. Please, um, Asian fellas, put your clothes on and stop showing those muscles by your groin area and the tattoos that go along with the sexiness. In your language, stop it. Um, Stay on your side. Okay? Don't y'all go over there and tap on like for nothing, because then you're going to see like 50 different scrolls of Asian dudes cooking, smiling at you, and telling you that they like chocolate, okay? And telling you that you should try chocolate. I'm trying to tell you, don't hit like, because it follows you. And they follow you. And they trying to get a dip into the swirl, okay? No, they trying to make a little Blasian baby with you. Girl, they was cooking. Okay, cooking, getting their clothes all lined up, looking all fresh, hair cut all fresh. I mean, at the gym, grocery store, they are home. And I was trying not to pay attention, but Lord have mercy, it was 10:30 at night and they was blaring music and I couldn't sleep. And I kept saying, how the fuck do I get off? How do I get back to my regular stuff? Because they kept taking over my damn timeline. It was a little exhausted. It felt like I had been through a few dates. It's not alerting you. Sorry, you're not getting the alert. Why not, Miss Stacy? I am focused on some other things and another person. Yes, they are Asian, but not that Asian. Okay, not that South Korea, China type Asian. Okay, so it was very distracting. Very distracting. And I appreciate the fact that they like black women. They find us sexy. I appreciate that. Okay, but taking off your clothes and flexing and doing all that stuff on my timeline. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. They had me blushing too, child. I'm trying to tell you. I had to text 2 different people and be like, hey, have you seen Asian TikTok? I mean, it was late. They didn't seem to care though. They was up. I was like, hey, like, when did this happen? Like, when I was growing up, there was no Asian men looking like this. Unless they were in the movies doing the kung fu or tai chi or whatever they was doing. I never in my life experienced a tall glass of Asian sake. Okay, like I was seeing last night, because, um, now, they wasn't around when I was coming up, okay? They wasn't around. Their fathers wasn't looking like that. Their granddaddies, mm-mm. And they was real short and skinny and had the same type of haircut going on. But these right here, they like the black culture. You can see that they like the black culture. All right, and I was trying not to be intimidated, but it took me to another space. Anyway, I'm gonna give y'all a word from the spirit. Uh, See, I'm trying to tell you, go ahead and test it, and you ain't gonna be able to get it off of your timeline. You're not gonna be able to get it off your timeline, okay? It is crazy. It was very interesting. It was, I never experienced that before. And it was, it just had me in another place. I was just like, but how did I get over here? And I remember saying, liking a few. One was oh my God, he had a beautiful smile. And he had the square jaw thing going on with the hair and the eyes tight. And he was mouthing some words to a R&B song. And I was like, oh, I was clutching my invisible pearls. I was like, whew, I never felt that before, especially not with no Asian man. Okay, especially not with no Asian man. Girl, I was just not really sure how I got over there, especially for them to know my age. Like, how you know my age? Why are you showing me people my age? I was a little confused. I was a little confused. But I eventually got back onto some of the stuff that I enjoy listening to, like research and what's going on, the WHO with the World Health Organization, which they basically kept keeping us from hearing the new updates on what recalls there are and stuff like that. So I did get back onto some of that and some of the news I've been hearing around the United States of all these little plane crashes going on. Up there in Philly and over in LA. There was even some in Washington State. So let me say this, getting onto that subject. Don't ever find that you can put off tomorrow something that you should do today, okay? Some of these people were just, their plane was just taking off in Philly and crashed into some homes. Homes were on fire. Things were on fire, okay? Make sure that you do whatever it is that you're saying you want to do today, that you do it today. None of these people expected their planes to crash. None of these people expected to get on their plane and it be the one that crashed yesterday. Even the little ones with the two-seater, something happened in Washington State. I heard something about LA. It was just like, what in the world is going on with these planes going down like this? So, again, I implore you to get your house in order, because you don't know if this is your last day on earth. We may think that we have the next hour, or we have the next half of the day, or that we're even going to return home. Some of us don't have that. We're not going to have that. Every day people lose their life expecting that they were supposed to make the plans that they have for the rest of the weekend, or for those who tend to make further out plans, which is nothing wrong with that. Make your plans. However, just know that it's not promised to you. And whatever you're putting off and you keep saying, oh, well, I can just do that tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't do that, and don't allow yourself to do that and think that you have it like that, because we don't. Like the plane crash in D.C., those people coming from the Wichita, Kansas, and landing or thinking that they were going to a land in DC and then getting to DC and not making the landing. Like, they were right there, y'all. They were right there. They were at their destination. And they thought that they was going to offload the right way. And they didn't make it. Like, they was right there. They were at their destination. They went to Wichita, did their whatever they needed to do there, and they were heading back to DC, maybe to connect a flight, or maybe just because it was home. And they ended up getting to DC and not making it off of that plane. So please, y'all, if there's things and people that you need to say something to, or that you wish you would have said something to, that should teach you right there. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can accomplish today. I don't care if it's simply letting someone know, hey, I care about you. Don't wait, because you're not promised to be able to get to that person when you want to get to that person or to that situation. Give to it while you are being led to do so. When it comes to your mind, try to get it out the way then. Don't wait until you think you have a better time or a better chance or whatever, because you don't know. You have no idea if that next day, is it going to be that person's time or is it going to be your time? You don't know. I feel like we sometimes believe that we deserve a certain amount of time. And your time deserved is what God gives you. God knows, and God only, when your time is up, how it's going to be up. So make sure that you do what you need to do for yourself, for your peace, because that's what it all boils down to. At the end of the day, can you relax peacefully and say, I may not have gotten it all done, but I did what I could, and that's it. Thank you for this day. I'm grateful to see this evening and be able to close your eyes peacefully and say, I did it. I did what I said I was going to do. I may not have finished it, but I did what I said I was going to do. And then get back up in the morning if you have that blessing to do so and finish what you started. Okay? Thank you so much, Mother Rose. How's everybody doing? 222 as I look up, so you could be seeing twos. Okay? Some of you all are getting ready to experience some type of new partnerships. Some of you all are going to be letting go of some friendships, some acquaintances, people that maybe you thought were going on a ride or a journey with you. You're going to find out very shortly that you're going to be letting some folks go. And there may be some people who are resistant to it or don't understand it. But you follow God, Grand Rising. You follow what God is telling you to do. People are going to be perturbed when you take your energy out of their life. A lot of people, because they feel like the energy that they are experiencing is their energy. They don't realize, though, when you break away from them that it was your energy, but they will. They will. And it will be a rude awakening for some, okay? Some people feel like, when you're around, they love having you around. It's very comforting. You bring in good light, you bring in good energy, and they feed off of that, thinking that it is their energy, and it's not, okay? You know who you are, and you know what kind of energy you bring with you. You also know what kind of protection you bring with you. Yes? Okay? And some people experience this when they're around you or in your presence or having your acquaintance or your, thinking that it is theirs. And when you remove yourself, things start to go back to the way someone was experiencing their life because they themselves have not made the changes or transformed after learning the lessons that they need to learn. But you have. So they think that it's them, okay? Because some people are allowed into your energy for a certain amount of time. But it's to see what it could be like to have that energy, okay? And when you have really good energy or you're on a high vibe and people come into contact with you, you are extending the energy to them that they experience through you. They don't know that though. And they think that it's all them. But as soon as you decide, okay, or God says, hey, it's time for you to leave this person alone. They need to learn a few things. They need to understand that the energy that they're feeling is not theirs. That they didn't do the work that you've done. And you need to exit stage right so that they can experience what they need to experience. And some people just don't get that. Some people think that at the whole time that it's them, that they're the ones bringing the energy. Until they realize when you totally have stopped texting, calling, or being in their presence, whether it be video calls, whether it be through whatever you're experiencing them. When you cut it off, they also get cut off. It might be a slow trickle down. It might be a slow trickle of the energy leaving. But they don't get that. They don't see that. You won't either because you've let whatever go. But you'll see that these people will start to try to gravitate back towards you when they realize that the energy is trickling out. The energy that they're receiving from others, blessings, miracles, whatever, they'll start to see that it wasn't them. It was something that you were bringing, to the table. So be mindful of those who want to come back around to try to stir up getting some energy from you. Because a lot of the time they're only doing it so that they can feel those feelings again, that energy, that surge, that high, that vibe that they don't get from anyone else because they're not surrounding themselves with people that have the energy that you do. Okay? They can't find that, and they won't find that anywhere else. Okay? So be mindful of where you extend your energy and to whom. You will find that there are some energy vampires trying to hold on to you. And unfortunately, there comes a time when Spirit's like, okay, now, you've shown them what they needed to see. You've shown them what they need to. You've reflected back to them what they need to work on. Now I need you to step back. Because a lot of the time, that's what we are. We're a catalyst, and we don't even know that we're being a catalyst to someone's change, a catalyst to someone's awakening. And it's not for them to know, but it's for you to understand the power and energy that you hold. so that when things start getting a little weird with that person, you know that they're feeling some type of way about the energy, okay? Always know where your energy lies, because people will trick you into thinking that it's them who's giving you or giving you your props or whatever. It's all God. God has set you in that person's life to be a catalyst to change for them. They might want to try to take the credit for being upbeat, for getting that new place or getting that new car but you were the person that stepped into their life before any of this happened. Okay? Thank you so much for the gifts. And some people may feel like, I knew that was going to happen. Some people may feel like you are a block to them once they start experiencing this, because there may still be some things going on in your life. But knowing that God has set you in someone's life to bring about a change is where you need to be. You need to understand who that person is and who you are, so that you know you're not mixing up the energies. They might be, but you don't. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have blase. You wouldn't be doing bippity bop bop boo, okay? Don't ever let anyone make you feel like your presence didn't help them in some type of way when you know good and well that it did. Okay? Thank you so much for sharing my live. So don't allow energies to linger longer than they need to. Some people may not understand why you cut them off or block them. It's not for them to understand. Just listen to God. Listen to what God is telling you. If God is saying, okay, now it's time for you to move on from that. No, this is not one of those forever friendships. This is not one of those forever relationships. It's time for you to move on. There's no more growth that can happen with this person because they are not doing the work. You are doing the work, but they are not. And so what they're going to do is drag you down with them because they refuse to do the work. It is not easy to do the work. When you're being shown what you need to work on, when you flashing, reflecting back to someone what they need to work on, it can really trigger some people. It can really trigger some people. But you have got to steadfast, be in who you know you are. Don't allow yourself to get into a frame of mind of taking on that person's energy, because people will try to push their energy off onto you. And you got to try the spirit by the spirit and know which one is your energy. That's why the isolation period sometimes is so important. It's so important because you know who you are, and you'll know who they are if you pay attention. People will tell you right away who they are if you pay attention. But if you're not paying attention and you're distracted by this and that and the shiny things and this, and you're still allowing someone to linger in your life, it will bring you down because that person's not doing the work. They're not doing the work, and you're seeing that they're not doing the work because they keep coming at you with the same shit. If they keep coming at you with, oh my God, I got da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, This is what's happening right now, and I need you know, if someone's constantly coming at you, there's no in between of, hey, how you doing? Can we sit back and talk and relax for a minute? And it's always they just want to take energy from you. You'll realize that they're not doing the work, and yet you need to move on and keep your energy to yourself. Okay? Spirit will bring that into your mind. Hey, remember when you met this person and they were doing X, Y, and Z? Okay, they're still doing X, Y, and Z, but they're doing it on a different level where they feel like it's different. It's not different. It's the same. How you doing? Pay attention, people, especially in this season right now where there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on. Lots of evil eye being sent because some people are realizing that they're doing the work and some people are realizing that they haven't done the work. They were acting like they were doing the work, okay? So continue to do your work on yourself. Because remember, all you can control is you. You can't control nobody else. You can't make someone do the work. You can't make someone want something that you see them have the potential to have. It don't work like that. You can want them to want it. You can want them to want it. But if they don't want it themselves and they're not willing to do the work to get it, you can't spoon feed it to them. You can't spoon feed it to them. Have you ever tried to spoon feed a baby in the high chair that got their lips like, you get it all over their nose and their face and around their cheeks and stuff because they don't want to open up their mouth and receive. Okay? It's like, what do they say? Leading a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. Okay? You can show them. You can show them by your actions. I can tell you, I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay? So, if someone comes into your life and they think that they're just along for the ride to see where things are going with you, for you, whatever, and they want to ride your coattails, you need to let them know that this is not that. I've been putting in the work. I've been working my ass off to get to where I'm going and getting to where I need to be. You're not going to just ride my coattails because you see where I'm going, because you see the God in me. And that's what it is. They see the God in you. And they want to hold on to that energy because they're like, but how did you get it? And I don't have it. How did you get it? And I don't have it. They confused. That's the enemy. You're confusing the enemy. When people get close to you, you know, and they think, oh yeah, this person is nice or whatever, and I'm like on their level, and you know, we can have conversations and we can do this and da-da-da-da-da. Everything's all good. And then they really settle in and see that you are who you portray yourself to be and you're not being fake. People get triggered and they get bitter and they start hating on you and doing all kinds of stuff behind your back because you are who you say you are, and they can't handle it because they are not who they say they are. You got that right, KC. People will hate on you. They will be envious and jealous of who you are as a person because you are who you are. And they're playing to be who you say you are. But you're just being who you are. People will be triggered like a motherfucker. They will be triggered. They'll want to shut it down, shut you down, and shut you up. Because you are showing them who they are not, but that they are pretending to be. The String Alchemist, welcome on in. And thank you so much. It's all God. Don't y'all let these people try to confuse you about who and whose you are. They're the ones that's confused. They're the ones that's trying to get in and fit in. We're to be not conformed into this world, but transformed. And you're going to find people who can stand it and can stand you. And that's okay. It's okay. Let them not stand you. Tell them go somewhere and sit down then. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Not be who you are? I understand that we are all at some point given a type of a handicap, but it's up to us to see that handicap and say, okay, yeah, I don't want life to continue like that. So I think I'm going to do me. That's the only way I know how to do things. Whether people don't like your quirks or your weirdness or whatever, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because they're too busy worried about people seeing their flaws. When we all have them, where none of us are perfect, and we have to realize at some point in time that it's okay to be you. It's so okay to be you. I was watching a AGT video, and the guy had lost his twin, and he had wrote a song about him finding himself and learning that it was okay for him to be himself. And he said it was always there, it just took me a minute to find it. And I feel like that with me. I don't know how y'all feel about yourself, but it was always there. This person that I am, it just took me a minute to find my voice. It took me a minute to find it. And realizing that it was okay for me to be me, even though so many people tried to make it seem like it wasn't okay for me to be who I was. It was always there. It just took me a minute to find it. Okay? I like who I am. Now, since I'm not a people pleaser or trying to do everything for everybody who could have cared less if I had less. In fact, they were happier when I had less, when I had more of a misunderstanding of who I was. But now that I don't misunderstand who I am, people don't like that. Oh, it's like, oh, so you see yourself now? I mean, I saw it, but I didn't want you to see it. I was getting a lot of that in my life. And I feel like a lot of y'all have too, and that's why y'all all kind of come towards me or being brought towards me, because it's always been there. It just took you a minute to find it. And it's okay, we're all on different timetables, okay? Just because someone was a fast bloomer doesn't mean that you were supposed to be. Just because someone got somewhere in their 20s and 30s doesn't mean that you're not going to get it in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. God don't see time. We do. We're the ones that be like, okay, by 25, I want to have 2.5 kids. I want to have that picket fence, and I want to have what blah, blah, blah coming into my life. Okay? It's not about that. We think it's about that, because we want to be at a certain place in a certain time in our life. But what if God got something bigger and better for you, and you're limiting yourself by giving yourself a timetable about what people in society think you should have at a certain time? Fuck that. Who cares what they think you're supposed to have already? Who cares? Go by what God got you doing. Go by what God got you doing. If God said, no, that's not for you. That's not the way I want you to go. I got something better for you. So don't try to make it fit into a time frame, because it's going to take you some time, because while you're going for that goal, I'm going to throw a few things up in there to grow you, to grow your character, to grow your integrity, to grow who you are. Okay? We don't always understand that because we want to rush to everything. That's why they made the fucking microwave, because we didn't want to wait for it to warm up in the damn pot like our grandmother always had rewarming the stuff. We wanted something to nuke it. And now look at what them nukes done got us, okay? Slow down. Slow down. And enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey of your life, this thing here. Because you rushing it away and trying to get certain things done in a certain timetable is taken away from what God could be trying to show you, where God could be trying to lead you. Stop it. Stop wishing for the weekend. You wishing away the whole other part of the week with your life. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's always a plan. God always got a plan. And sometimes we put ourselves into a situation where God got to reroute us and be like, is that what the fuck I told you to do? Did you hear me telling you to do that? And if you answer completely no, and I just decided that that's the way that I should go, now God got to allow you to go through some shit so you learn something. And then God will give you an opening. God don't ever leave you without an opening to get out of something. Don't ever. God always makes it possible for you to have an escape, a way out. But you gotta find it. You gotta see it. God said, are you listening now? God will say it to you. Are you ready to surrender now? Are you listening now? I know that hurt. I'm sorry. Let me wipe off your face. Bandage your knees on up and help those scars heal. But are you listening now? Okay. Are you ready? Okay. God loves us. God loves us. Our flaws, those things that people try to point out to you that they say, oh, there's an imperfection. What, you thought I was perfect? Or you thought I was perfect? Oh, something wrong with you. Okay? I'm just trying to live my life. Perfectly imperfect. The way that God wants us to do. So that we learn something. So it builds us. So that we can show other people through our works with God who we've become. Nobody ever told you that it was going to be easy. And when you're on the side of spirit, it ain't ever going to be easy. I'm sorry. You got some good. You got a whole lot of good that comes, but you sure get the lessons. And I mean, they be deep lessons to make you do nothing but trust God. Okay? Don't ever think that God won't leave you a way to move forward, to get out. But you got to be willing to see it. And you got to be not scared to do it. Of all things, Leaning on God is one of the most easiest things that I've learned to do. Because I don't know shit without God. I am not anything without God. I'll tell the whole damn world. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today. Because I've made some fucked up choices. Thinking that I knew what I was doing. Thinking that this is a good plan. And God said, oh, that's your plan? You think this is what I want for you? Yeah, no. I'm going to let you go through it. But I'll be waiting on the other side when you're done here. When you decide to surrender this, I'll be right there. You know how the teacher is silent during the test? And he was sometimes. And there were times when I was like, hey, please, Lord, I know you hear me. Yes, I know I made this the wrong decision. Took the wrong turn. But Lord, please, can you take this cup from me? God's like, I'm sorry, you got to finish everything in that cup before I come back and give you a new one. Okay? I told you not to sip from it, and you did. I hope it tasted okay. I hope that it was good for the moment. But you got to finish it. And then I'll come back and refill your cup with something better and see if you want this one. Because you didn't want what I was trying to give you. I was trying to show you before you even sip. I tried to show you the poison. It was labeled clearly. And you decided to take the other way? Okay. That's fine. But you don't get a new cup until you finish everything that's in this cup, everything that's on your plate, the meat, the vegetables, the shrimp, whatever that is that you put on your plate that you thought looked good at the time. You got to finish that. And then we'll come back. Okay? Okay. All right. I don't think he needed to hear this morning. But don't you be asking God for a whole new plate in the middle of God allowing you to take the plate that you chose. What the parents always say, your eyes is bigger than your stomach. Okay. I tried to give you a well-balanced plate. But you wanted more meat. Or you wanted more mashed potatoes with gravy and whatever else you put in it, salt, pepper. I was trying to give you a balanced one. But you wanted more of something that you didn't need. So, when you finish everything that's on your plate, then you can have seconds. Okay? All right, y'all. I hope that this gave you some insight into your day, into your life, and into your energy. I don't have the cards with me. I came up here to get some coffee and tea to wake my ass up because I was up most of the night with my neighbors who decided Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and everybody else who's a big huffer was over last night smoking. Could smell it through my walls. I wanted to get a little bit of jump start so I can get some things moving because it's time to move on. And I'm still recovering from my sickness, but my body's a little weak, but it's not even close to being as weak as it was before. I just needed some rest from last night, and I'm not going to get that. But it's all good. I got the strength that God said that He would always supply in our everyday. And I'm going to make it through today just like any other day. So y'all keep on going. Keep moving forward. You're very welcome. Keep moving forward in Jesus' name, or Allah, Buddha, whoever you worship. It's one God that we all come back to. And I'm hoping one day you all understand that on different levels. As we come together as a spiritual community to lift up the name of God in order to get more people to come in. Because the song says, if I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all man unto me. So let's keep lifting God up, y'all, in our everyday prayers with each other, for each other, studying to show ourselves approved. May the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my Savior and my Redeemer. And let the church say amen. Okay, I know it ain't Sunday, but that was the word. Pay attention to your energy and those that you allow in it. Let God lead you. Let God lead you. You too now. I may be on later, a lot later. I got some things I need to straighten up, clean up, throw away, pack up, and to get us closer to being up out of where we are. I'll talk to y'all soon. I will, you too, KC. I appreciate y'all. De nada. It's a beautiful day. It's just windy as I don't know what. I'll talk to y'all soon.